Yeah, cauliflower sucks.
Rockin'!
All right, so we're doing back submission. We did the gi ones, a couple gi ones yesterday. It's a cross collar choke. Today we're gonna do the basics, the fundamentals, rear naked choke, and then the short choke, okay? The rear naked choke is important. So to go over the fundamentals of the rear naked choke, all right? I'm in my seatbelt, okay? I want to keep my hands high here because I want quick access to his throat, okay? I want to keep my head to his head. If I have a lot of space here, he can just reach around and grab my head, and then he's halfway out, he start turning into me, okay? So we want to keep tight pressure here. I want my head on the opposite side of my choking arm, my killing arm, right? I don't want to be over here, okay? Again, you can reach over, grab my head, and start getting out that way too. So I want to be here, okay? We'll go over just the basics of the rear naked, then we'll start talking about how to deal with some hand fighting stuff. Also too, I was crossing my feet. Don't cross your feet. You want to have your feet outward pressure, your toes flexed out into the back of his thighs. Okay, so we're here, all right? Ideally, if I can get to here, hands choked up right under his chin, right? He doesn't know how to defend. I go here and I grab the bony part of his shoulder. I want to try to get my elbow directly under his chin because I want to have vice-like pressure of my bicep and my forearm cutting off his carotids. People try to do the rear naked from here, but you can see there's no carotid pressure here, maybe like half a carotid here. This is more of a windpipe choke, right? We want to get elbow deep. That's going to require you oftentimes to get your head higher than his, and that's going to allow me to get elbow deep. I can use my head to kind of steer his head into place, grab here, okay? So we go from here to here, grabbing the shoulder. Oftentimes, he will be trying to hand fight with this hand, okay? If we can get to here and just pull the hand out, great. He'll also be trying 2-on-1 up here to give himself some air. Those are the things you can expect. An easy way to help increase the odds for your favor is to get this grip here, bring the arm down, tuck it over, and now it's one arm against two arms, right? So we get to here, okay? I'm gonna let this one go for the purpose of demonstration. I don't want to come to here and go like this because then that arm is easy grab for him. He can straight arm lock it, he can put it on the other side of his head, okay? I want to try to hide it. I want to be sneaky with it, right? So I'm going to take this arm. There's a bunch of different hand positioning here. You can do palm facing you, palm away from you, fist, okay? I usually do back of the hand to the back of his head. You go to here, okay? So we're just making a gap here, sliding it in behind his head, okay? At no point do I put my arm out here where he can see it or grab it, okay? I'm just sneaky with it, slide it in here, and then I grab my own shoulder bicep area, okay? Then once we get to there, if we have our elbow properly positioned, we have our grip properly positioned, it's just a matter of giving ourselves a hug and squeezing it all together, okay? Giving ourselves a hug, squeezing it all together, all right? So again, from the seatbelt position, we're gonna try to get our head higher than his, elbow underneath his chin, okay? Take this hand out, keeping it hidden, palm or flat of the hand to the back of the head, okay? And then grabbing our own bicep shoulder area, and then just chest in, squeezing it all together, okay? So a couple ways he can defend it. We already talked about one. If we get to here and he's coming up to get 2-on-1, I can take this hand, okay, grab it here, peel it down, boom, here. Another thing that often happens is we get under the neck, okay, but then he gets 2-on-1, all right, and now I can't get it all the way across, okay? When that happens, that's when we're gonna hit our short choke, okay? So short choke is just the gable grip, palm to palm, here, okay? And we're gonna take our forearm and we're gonna put it behind his back and use it as a lever to ratchet this across. Okay, so come over here if you want to see. So we're here, he gets 2-on-1, I can't get it all the way across. I'm gonna pull my arm out. Now both these arms are occupied with this one arm, right? Gable grip, okay? Take my forearm, ratchet it behind his shoulder blade, and use it as a ratchet, using my head as a counter lever to get it as deep as I can. And then we're just squeezing and choking, okay? Pulling the elbow across, using our head to push his head that way, using this forearm and his back as a counter lever to apply that pressure, yeah? Okay. Also too, both of these, you want to get your arm under their chin, okay? Easy way to do that if he's hiding his chin, if he's putting his chin down, is you want to make kind of what Danaher calls like the phoenix fist, right? Which is this thumb, it's a karate term. And you want to use it, wiggle, 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 okay? To get under the chin. Once I get under the chin, I keep it, okay? I either come to here or I come to a short choke gable grip and use it like a ratchet to get there. And we have our submission, okay? If we want to tie up the arms for the 2-on-1, come to here, pull it down, step over. Now it's 2 arms versus his 1 arm. I should theoretically be able to get that choke. Also for the short choke, if we get to here and we pull it, and it's just on his windpipe and the dude's just immune to pain and he's not choking, we can still try to get that elbow in and still switch it to the rear naked, okay? So the rear naked and the short choke, you know, they're related. They're both right there for each other, depending on the hand position. If I get almost to the rear naked and I can't get it, and I go to short choke, I get the short choke, but he's not tapping, and go back to the rear naked, okay?
Your head is always active, driving
Yes.
his head.
Yeah, again, I don't want a lot of space here, okay? And then obviously we're demonstrating this from a sitting up position, but oftentimes you're gonna be falling off to the side, and you're gonna be ending up here. Same mechanics though, I'm gonna come here, pull this arm out, behind the head, boom there, or if we're here, okay, tuck this here, trap it, boom, boom, right? Or here, boom, choke that way, okay? So all the mechanics remain the same. If you're gonna fall to a side, usually you wanna fall to the side where you have the underhook, because for him to get out, if we fall this way, he wants to try to get his back to the mat, right? And if I have my killing arm on the bottom, okay, his back's already 3/4 of the way to the mat. There are attack sequences from here, sit back on me, where when I fall, I get more underneath him and I get off to the side. But just for basic purposes, usually you want to fall this way, right? This way, where I have the underhook, okay? And the attacking arm is over his shoulder. Not only does that give me more options with my attacking arm, but now that I have this underhook on this side, it's a lot harder for him to get his shoulder to the mat, right? I'm gonna be able to, if he tries to get that shoulder down, I'm gonna be able to stop it, okay? So typically you wanna fall to that side. I think that's considered the strong side, but there is a lot of like weak side attacks too, but that's the basics of it, okay? Any questions? No? You can see it or you good? Good? Okay. Partner up, 5 times each on each side. 1, 2, 3.